I get it when you're scrolling through endless bathtub options. Every model looks sleek. Every photo promises a spa-like escape. And then you finally bring one home only to discover the jets are too weak, the heating never gets hot enough, or the tub just won't fit in the space you measured. That gap between the glossy listing and the real-world experience is what makes me a little nervous before I click Add to Cart. I've spent a lot of time reading the specs, watching installation videos, and even digging into the few buyer comments that exist for the WOODBRIDGE 72-inch double-slipper Whirlpool and air heated soaking bathtub, because I want to make sure you don't end up with a pricey disappointment. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the thing that trips people up with any oversized tub is the footprint. At 72 inches long and a width of 353/8 inches, this is a genuine double-sized bathtub big enough for two adults to stretch out comfortably. But that also means you need a bathroom that can accommodate a footprint roughly the size of a small king-size bed. If your bathroom feels cramped already, you'll need to measure carefully and consider whether you have the clearance for the tub itself, plus the extra space for a faucet, shower head, and the clearance needed for the door to open. I've seen a couple of cases where owners had to trim the wall or shift a vanity just to make the tub fit without feeling squeezed. So, if you have a spacious master bath or a dedicated spa room, you're in the sweet spot. If you're living in an apartment or a modest one-bedroom layout, this might be a stretch. Installation is another practical hurdle. The WOODBRIDGE comes with a high-performance pump that handles both the whirlpool and air bubbles, but that pump needs a dedicated 120-volt line. Think of it like a dryer outlet. Most standard bathroom wiring isn't set up for that. So you either need an electrician to add a dedicated circuit, or you'll have to work with the existing wiring if it meets the amp requirements, which isn't always clear from the listing. The upside is that the pump is designed to be quiet, which matters if you share the bathroom with a sleeping child or a partner who's light sleeper. In my research, the pump's stainless steel jets hold up well against corrosion, and the air massage system adds a gentle, bubbly layer that feels more like a hot tub than a traditional bathtub. Now, let's talk about the heated soaking feature. The tub includes a built-in heating element that keeps the water at a pleasant temperature for a longer period than a standard tub that relies solely on the water heater. In practice, that means you can step in, enjoy a 30-minute soak, and the water will stay comfortably warm without needing to crank the hot water tap again. It's a real convenience for anyone who likes to unwind after a long day, especially in colder climates where the water can turn chilly fast. The downside is that the heating element draws additional power, which again ties back to that dedicated circuit requirement. If you're already running a lot of high-draw appliances on the same line, you may see a slight bump in your electricity bill during those extended soak sessions. Who benefits most from this tub? If you're a couple that enjoys weekend spa evenings, the double layout lets you sit side by side or staggered for a more intimate conversation. Parents with young kids find the extra space handy for a quick splash-and-play session without having to move a child in and out of a tighter tub. People with mobility issues also appreciate the larger interior because it's easier to shift around and find a comfortable position without feeling cramped. On the other hand, if you're a single user who prefers a quick, efficient shower-to-bath transition, you might find the extra square footage unnecessary. Likewise, anyone who's allergic to strong jet streams or simply doesn't like the buzzing sensation of air bubbles might skip this model in favor of a simpler soaking tub. Practically speaking, the Whirlpool jets are stainless steel, which means they resist rust even with frequent use. The air massage system injects small bubbles that create a soothing, almost zero-gravity feel great for loosening stiff muscles after a workout or a long day at a desk. I've seen people use the air feature to mimic a sauna-like environment, pairing it with a few drops of essential oil for a DIY aromatherapy session. The real test comes when you run the jets for an extended period. The pump's noise level stays under 55 decibels, which is comparable to a quiet conversation. That's a solid win if your bathroom shares a wall with a bedroom or a home office. There are a couple of trade-offs you should keep in mind. The tub's weight, thanks to its acrylic shell and steel frame, is significant. During installation, the floor must be able to support the load, especially when the tub is filled with water and occupied by two adults. That often